Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome in to the EKU Game Day Show. The Eastern Kentucky University football team back in action today. An exciting day for Colonel fans as we hit the road to face another conference opponent in North Alabama, coming off a huge victory last week over Austin Peay. The EKU football team earned its first win over a ranked opponent this season by knocking off number 15 Austin Peay 34-20, the final score last Saturday night at Watkins Stadium. In a raucous crowd environment in front of a lot of children. It was kids at the kid night, and EKU knocked off the Governors, again, by the final score of 34-20. The Colonels had scoring contributions in all three phases of the game. A 100-yard kickoff return by T.J. Mitchell III, a pick six by cornerback Vito Tisdale before he was ejected, and two offensive touchdowns in the first corner set the tone for the Colonels to get the victory over the Governors, who they now have knocked off three straight times, first two times in overtime, and this year pulling away in the fourth quarter. Along with scoring its fourth touchdown of the season, that Maroon Doom, that EKU defense, eliminated the Governors' offense in the second half, keeping Austin Peay off the scoreboard and limiting them to just 152 yards of total offense. And being down there on the sideline, folks, it was physical from the opening jump. This game was brutal for both sides from the opening kickoff to the end of the game. The trash talk, the penalties, just the way these two teams played. Eastern had two guys kicked out of the game, and at one point late in the fourth quarter, everybody on both sidelines were given a personal foul penalty, and you get two of those, you're ejected. So Antonio Gaines, who had actually received one earlier in the game, was ejected because whenever they gave everybody else one, that was his second, and he was ejected for that. Even though when all the play stuff happened, he was nowhere to be seen, was actually over there on the sideline. So, again, a great atmosphere at Watkins Stadium. The Colonels did everything you would want a team to do. Play physical, take care of the football, and just execute the way the coaching staff wanted them to execute. It was a great win, said head coach Walt Welch, who we'll hear from more in a minute. Give credit to Austin Peay. They are a great team. Really proud of our players, coaches, and staff. Our guys played with toughness and a tremendous amount of effort in that victory. And two late touchdown runs by quarterback Miles Burkett of 21 yards and a 72-yarder by Brady Hensley. That was the icing on the cake in the victory. Both of those taking place late in the fourth quarter proved to be the difference, lifting the Colonels to that 14-point victory. The win now sets EKU up at 3-3 on the season and 1-1 in UAC play, while the loss for Austin Peay sees them drop to 4-3 on the season, and they are now 2-1 in conference play. And more importantly, the win also marks the 10th win in a row at Watkins Stadium for EKU and makes it now 6 straight seasons that the Colonels have earned a win over a ranked opponent. So while Coach Walt Wells will want to kind of downplay the victory, the team just did what they were supposed to do. This was a big-time win. When you look at the season and you look at how things were kind of coming into this game, we were all talking about it. We did the tailgate show. We did the game day show on campus last weekend. Everybody that we talked to, that was a must-win game. Now, Coach Wells and the coaching staff, again, they want to downplay it. We understand that. You do the coach talk thing. But everybody else, the fans, those diehard Colonel fans, they knew that that game was a must-win game at home. The new Hall of Fame class going in. Pretty good crowd with the kids at the kid. So if you lose that game, we don't come back home until we have homecoming in 2 weeks. So now the hype and the energy around the program is a lot different. The team feels a lot better. Now they go on the road to North Alabama, who is at the bottom of the barrel in the UAC. Should be a victory here today. You come back, you're 4-3 on the season, you're 2-1 in the UAC. A lot more confidence as we head into next weekend's game versus Tarleton State, who at the moment is a top 5 team in the country. And on homecoming, yeah, that'll be a huge game next weekend. But we've got to get the job done today versus North Alabama first. Now, how it all happened last week, let's recap the victory for the Colonels. Austin Peay opened the game scoring late in the first quarter as quarterback Chris Parsons scampered 11 yards on a quarterback keeper to put Austin Peay up 7-0 with 4:35 on the first quarter clock. That score capped off a 7-play, 87-yard drive. The Colonels did not take long answering the score as T.J. Mitchell III scored his first collegiate touchdown with a 100-yard return, weaving through would-be tacklers to tie the game up at 7. What a beautiful run. You see it here on the highlights. Just a tremendous effort by Mitchell III to get that ball down the field. Great blocking in front, and the Colonels tied it up. Austin Peay then scored on its next 2 drives with a 24-yard field goal, followed up by a 15-yard touchdown pass to go up 17-7 with 3:25 left in the second quarter. Eastern was able to answer on its next drive with a 43-yard field goal by Buzz Fabiano with 2:18 left in the half. The Colonels' defense stepped up once again and did their thing as Tisdale jumped a screen pass on the first play of the Governor's ensuing drive, going 19 yards into the end zone for his second pick six of the season. And let me tell you, folks, when Vito scored this touchdown, I was literally right there. The energy that it brought, I was actually getting ready to let the half is winding down. I'll kind of just give you a little rundown. The half is winding down. Eastern kicks the field goal. It's like Austin Peay, yeah, they're probably going to try and score, but they're also okay with just letting this clock wind down. Well, they try to throw a screen pass. It's tipped up. Vito's right there, touchdown right behind me where I was standing, and the crowd went bonkers. And that kind of set the stage for what the rest of the game would be like. Austin Peay, again, capitalizing on EKU penalties and a 19-yard pass to set up an 18-yard field goal as the first half expired, and the Governors would take a 20-17 lead heading into the locker rooms. EKU looked to tie the game on its opening drive of the second half, but Fabiano's field goal attempt from 46 yards went wide right, and the game was still 20-17 in favor of Austin Peay. The kicker bounced back quickly, however, drilling a career-long 51-yard field goal on the next EKU drive to tie the game at 20 with 2:01 remaining in the third quarter. And again, all this going on while the defense was holding maybe the most high-potent offense and maybe the most lethal quarterback in the conference to just 152 yards of offense in the second half. Austin Peay threatened inside the Colonels' red zone on its first drive of the fourth quarter, but Parsons was dragged down on 4th and 1 in EKU's 26-yard line by Braden Sullivan, and that forced a turnover on downs. Austin Peay, a very aggressive football team. They go for it on 4th and 1. Sullivan gets the stops, and the Colonel get the football back and never looked back. The stop set up EKU, who took the lead on a 21-yard touchdown scramble by Burkett, ending a 10-play, 73-yard drive with a 4:33 on the clock in regulation. And the Colonels delivered another stop to get the ball back before Brady Hensley ripped off a 72-yard heartbreaker for Governor fans, a touchdown run down the right sideline on 3rd and 1 when Eastern was just trying to run the clock out. Hensley busts a 72-yarder to give us a 34-20 lead with 2:26 left to seal the victory. Colonels got another stop and got out there in victory formation and capped off a huge victory over the 15th-ranked team in the country, Austin Peay. That sets up the matchup today with North Alabama. Before we get into all that, though, let's hear from the head man himself, Walt Wells, about his team's performance this past weekend.
Great weekend this past weekend. I'm really proud of our football program as a whole. I mean, just everybody involved in the program, taking on a really good Austin Peay football team, ranked 15th in the nation and all that good stuff, and coming out with a victory and the way we did it, both offense, defense, and special teams, were just played well for most of the night. And when one wasn't playing well, the other one stepped up and helped out. And I think that's what you're looking for as a coach, is a total team effort. Really proud of our coaches, support staff, and I want to thank the crowd. We had another amazing crowd. The hill was on fire a little bit, and just people in the stands staying throughout the game and making a difference at the end when they were going on their last 2 drives. I thought it was great to see, and something that we've been striving for here for a long time. So proud of our players, The two that you got here today, but then many others, and thought, everybody started to step up and do some really good stuff. So that being said, it's Tuesday, so the 24 hours are over. We'll talk about it right here, and then it's time to get ready for a North Alabama team that is really talented. You got a lot of really good players on that team, and I know Coach Dearman and his staff are going to have them ready to go for their homecoming game and 6 o'clock kick and down in Florence. And we have to travel, and it's something that we haven't done well this year. So we traveled well, but we haven't performed well. So we have to perform well on the road and come out with a victory if we can.
In the first half, you had a couple of huge plays. You had the 100-yard kickoff return by Mitchell and then the pick six by Vito. Just talk about those plays that you've had really all year long. It seems like in every single game there's been one big play made by your defense or your special teams, even in the losses. So just talk about how those guys have kind of been able to keep you afloat while the offense is still figuring things out, which it did in the second half.
Well, I think, when you're a coach, you preach, you see on signs around here all the time, the team, the team, the team. And that's what it's about. I mean, there's going to be nights where, you don't forget to give the other team credit. They're a good football team, and they're going to do good things, and they're going to shut you down or run on you or throw on you or, do something good on special teams. And you have to all three phases have to have each other's back, so to speak. And I think that's what was important about Saturday night for me was I thought we had each other's back as it came along. I mean, it was 7-0 there for a while. We had a couple of good drives offensively, nothing great, but we had some things, to keep them off the field. And then we gave up the 7. And then we came back and very next play, it got 7 from TJ. And we know he has the capability of doing that, but the blocks that went on in that, there were several really good blocks. I mean, guys that are seniors and playing a lot of football were making blocks, and guys that were young were making blocks. And so, to me, that's what's important. And then they come back and get the 10, and then and then they get to 7, then we get the pick 6 by Vito. So I think when you're playing like that as a coach, it lets you know that all three phases are invested and all three phases are, working their tail off to get the results that everybody wants, which is a win.
The Austin Peay game last year on the road, when you come from behind, you get that overtime victory. It seemed like that was the win that kind of gave you the momentum to finish off the year strong. And then you have this performance at home with the way things kind of played out. Just talk about that and maybe how you could take what you did last year and now the win this year and kind of catapult that.
I don't, no offense to your question, it's irrelevant. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I understand why you asked that, and that's your job, and that's a good question. But it's how do you prepare? Okay, I said it in my press conference last week. I thought we had a great open week. I thought we had a great week of practice, and we performed that way against a really good football team. And make no mistake, that quarterback is one of the best quarterbacks you'll see in FCS, and that football team is a good football team. I think our players, because of their work ethic, because of their toughness, because of what they've bought into with this football team, it paid off for them on Saturday night. It won't pay off this Saturday if we don't come back and have a great week of practice. It just won't. There's too many good players out there. There's too many good coaches out there. I know everybody's getting fired right now, and so that everybody thinks there's no magic formula other than work, and you got to have some luck, and you got to work and have talented people that are willing to work and do the things you need to do, and you still may not win.
You look at how physical that game was. I mean, that was one of the most physical games I've seen. Been down there on the sideline, just seeing how hard hitting both sides were, the trash talk. Obviously, that's a rivalry game, but just talk about that and the way your guys were able to kind of withstand that and play the way they did in that type of game.
Well, I mean, I'm proud of guys like DJ Galva and Charles Ingram who had to step up when Vito was ejected. I'm proud of how the defense rallied around those guys and the way they played, the way our offense came out. And, I don't know what the final time of possession was, but the time of possession at halftime was so lopsided in their favor that we flipped it back into our favor in the second half. I'm obviously proud of our coverage units because they have explosive athletes, and our coverage units did a great. I mean, everybody talks about the kickoff return, and they should, but the coverage units did a great job. And just, proud of how we came out of open week, and, things just kind of fit and went together, and our players and our coaches carried it into the week of prep, and then that carried into the game. And we played, I don't want to say reckless, but we just played free, it felt like. I mean, I didn't feel like anybody was pushing in any moment in that game.
So as you could tell, Walt Wells very excited, but he knows there's more work to be done. Season's not over with yet because we knocked off one team. Still a lot more to do. We'll go on the road today to face North Alabama, and we'll talk about the keys and all the things when we come back, folks. Don't go anywhere. A lot more to get into on the EKU Game Day Show. Michael Watkins here with you on WBON-TV.
We would like to invite you to join our family at Bishop's Small Engine Repair.
Outdoor Power has become a family tradition, with 3 generations here bringing you years of experience.
We will help you find the best selection of outdoor power equipment from Code Cadet, Grasshopper, DeWalt, Makita, Echo, Shindawa, and now still in our Georgetown store.
Or bring your equipment into our service department. We will keep it running for years to come.
And as with all families, we have to keep Mama happy. So come on in and see us at Bishop's Small Engine Repair in Richmond and in Georgetown.
At the Galaxy Bowling Center and Champions Bar and Grill, we have activities galore, including video games, bowling, pool, delicious food at Champions, plus karaoke and live entertainment 7 days a week. Enjoy the climate-controlled patio, watch NFL football, and your Kentucky Wildcats all season long. The Galaxy Bowling Center and Champions Bar and Grill, just off exit 87 at 1025 Amberley Way in Richmond.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
Granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
Cars of Kentucky is a proud sponsor of Eastern Kentucky University Athletics. In Richmond, we bleed maroon. Go Colonels. And when you're ready for your next pre-owned automobile, swing on over to Cars of Kentucky. Cars of Kentucky has vehicles starting at $3,000 and up, so we literally have something for every budget. 356 Big Hill Avenue in Richmond, or check them out, carsofkentucky.com. Let's go Colonels!
Welcome back into the EKU Game Day Show. The Colonels on the road at North Alabama, and following that victory last week over Austin Peay, 2 members of the EKU football team took home UAC Player of the Week honors, with TJ Mitchell III and Cam Jr. Announced those 2 won awards last Monday. Mitchell claimed the Special Teams Player of the Week honors after scoring an electrifying 100-yard kick return for a touchdown that really kind of helped the Colonels stem the tide in that first half last week. The touchdown was the first of the redshirt freshman's career, and for the game, he had 3 returns for 138 total yards. Cam Jr. was the conference's Defensive Player of the Week after recording 8 total tackles with 1 tackle for loss in the winning effort. The Miami of Florida native helped spearhead a defensive effort that kept the Governors scoreless in the second half, only gaining 152 yards of total offense. And that duo became the second and third Colonels to earn Player of the Week honors this season, joining Caden Smith, who won an award the previous week. The Colonels, again, now facing North Alabama today on the road. And as we talked to Walt Wells about his team's performance, he talked about the play, the physicality of that game against Austin Peay, and how they can use that as they hit the road today to face a North Alabama team that's not got the best record. And Eastern, favorite today as they go on the road. Got to think they got to carry the momentum of winning at home and find a way to bring that on the road today against UNA.
Hey, here's the thing that I'm proud of. Our fans, the people of Richmond, our students who have done a phenomenal, the Maroon Platoon who have done a phenomenal job, are coming out and getting to see quality football. And they're getting to see and develop pride in EKU and Eastern Kentucky University, EKU football, obviously, and being a Colonel. Not just Colonel football, but being a Colonel. That's what I'm proud about. They've got something to be proud about. Now, that being said, we got to back it up and continue to do it. And, we're on the road this week. And like I said in my opening statement, we have to win on the road. I mean, that's, winning at home is very, very vital. But winning on the road is just as equally as vital if we want to continue to do try to go achieve all the goals we want to achieve. Well, I mean, we will. Me and Jeff Griffith and Dan Brezowitz sat down last year and reevaluated some things, and we've talked about it this week and how we can do things to help our guys to focus on the road better, to play better on the road. What are the issues that occur? Some of it's on them, some of it's on us, and we have to continue just to push forward. I mean, the hardest, I guess the thing you think about playing on the road is, you don't have the confines of home. You don't have the comforts of your family coming in town. Even if they come out of town, you're worried about them getting there. You're worried about them this, that, and the other. Some of them don't come on Friday night. Some of them come the day of. Different things. And then, we have a 6.5-hour bus ride, at 10 o'clock at night, and we get back at 4 in the morning or 3 in the morning, and instead of worrying about those things, embrace those things, and understand that that's the opportunity you get by being a college athlete, and it's awesome. And that's a responsibility that you have. But, if we win every game at home, which is awesome, that's our goal. We only win 6 games. So if you want to meet goal number 2 and goal number 3, then you have to find ways to win on the road. And you have to understand 90% of these games are going to be, not really 99% of them are going to be 60-minute games, and they're going to go into the fourth quarter, and you have to be prepared to win the fourth quarter. And that's what we do. So we're trying to find different ways of taking care of them on the buses or planes, whatever we use when we go. And I say that, I don't mean that in disrespect. I mean, 6 hours, what are you going to do? I mean, you're not going to fly to Florence. I mean, it's by the time you do all the stuff it takes to fly, you're 3/4 of the way there. So why not drive? And so, but we got to find ways to keep them up and running and get their juices flowing. And I think we have some tweaks that may help. We'll see.
Got to get the job done on the road. Coach Wells knows that, and he knows how important it is to get the road win today with a 10.5-point line set as the Colonels are favored on the road, 10.5 points, and the over-under 55.5 points. So Vegas thinks there could be a lot of points scored after seeing the Colonels break out last week. We'll talk more about that matchup later on in the show, but when we come back, Thursday night was a big night for Colonel fans as well. It was late night with the Colonels basketball team as the EKU men's basketball team and the women's basketball team officially set for practice now, and their season right around the corner as well. We still got a lot of football left, but basketball season won't be here, or will be here before you know it. So we'll talk about late night with the Colonels when we come back. Don't go anywhere, folks. Having a lot of fun here with you on this Saturday edition. It is EKU and North Alabama later today, and we are setting the tone on the EKU Game Day Show here on WBON-TV.
Have you heard about JB's Grow Shop? They are one of the most unique businesses in Richmond. If you're a farmer or gardener, then you and JB's Grow Shop will make a great team. They provide the highest quality organic soils, nutrients, castings, and much more to meet your indoor and outdoor growing needs. Their experts will meet with you and make sure that you are getting the most out of your homegrown plants. JB's Grow Shop is located in the Southern Hills Plaza Shopping Center at 956 Commercial Drive in Richmond. When life throws you a curveball, Richmond City Taxi is just a call away. Fast, friendly, and always dependable. Just had an eye appointment? Don't risk driving home. Let Richmond City Taxi get you there safely. We're your neighbor on the go. Wherever you are, we'll be there. Richmond City Taxi. Local, reliable, trusted. Call Richmond City Taxi at 859-779-4461. In the event of an accident, please contact Shane Blankenship and Brandon Witt at Berea Collision, where you will receive exceptional quality and competitive pricing. Located behind Near New Auto at 110 Fairground Road in Berea, they are dedicated to serving their local community with top-notch repairs and unparalleled customer service. Berea Collision also services RVs, buses, and campers. Call them today at 859-985-2583 to experience the Berea Collision difference. Berea Collision Center, where precision meets perfection.
When it comes to auto service, two things are important: experience and hometown service. Hall & Sons Auto Care is starting their 20th year in business in Richmond. That's 20 years locally owned and operated. Hall & Sons Auto Care can take care of you from preventative maintenance to major engine repair. Hall & Sons Auto Care is also carrying BW towing products as well as rough country suspension and lift kits. Give us a chance to be your auto repair shop. Visit us at 209 North Keeneland Drive in Richmond.
Founded by Kentuckians for Kentuckians, Whitaker Bank is a uniquely Kentucky bank committed to the communities it serves. At Whitaker Bank, you'll find personalized service, a dedication to excellence, and a genuine desire to help you achieve your financial goals. Visit us at any of our conveniently located branches or go to whitakerbank.com to learn how Whitaker Bank can serve you. Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky.
Back with you on the EKU Game Day Show. Michael Watkins here with you, getting you set for EKU football on the road at North Alabama later this evening. But on Thursday night, it was late night with the Colonels at Dillingham Park. I think it was the third annual of this event, and if you have not been to it yet, you're missing out. It's a great environment. As you know, we have the Big Blue Madness up north with Kentucky. Well, this is kind of our event for EKU men's basketball as they tip off or get the season started for them. You know, first practices and everything this week. And A.W. Hamilton and his program, very excited about where they sit heading into the 2025 season. They had the introduction, little short scrimmage, some drills as fans kind of build excitement toward the start of the season. And we also had the normal competitions of the three-point shootout. Who else would have won that besides Turner Buttrey? The dunk contest, Evans Paul, maybe the best athlete on the team, earning that victory. And a lot of fun had by all. You saw a lot of local community members involved in this event. Saw the city commissioners down there. And just everybody kind of getting involved and getting excited about EKU football as they, or EKU basketball, as they begin their season here in just a few short weeks. It is also EKU women's basketball season right around the corner, and Liz Freihofer was unanimously selected to the preseason All-A-Sun team, and the Colonels were picked to finish 5th in the coaches poll announced earlier this week. Freihofer, a sophomore from Union, Kentucky, appeared in all 33 games last season with 18 starts, averaging just over 11 points and 5 rebounds per game. She also knocked down 73 pointers, setting a program record for a freshman and ranking 7th all-time for a single season in EKU history. Freihofer, a bucket, and that is exactly what she did last year, supplying a lot of those buckets for EKU women's hoops, and she will look to do the same again this season. Last year, she was a unanimous selection to the All-A-Sun freshman team and finished as runner-up for A-Sun Freshman of the Year. During last year, Freihofer collected 10 A-Sun weekly awards, including 1 Player of the Week, 3 Newcomer of the Week, and 6 Freshman of the Week honors. Her 10 total weekly awards set a new program record, while her 6 Freshman of the Week honors were the second most by any player in school history. Freyhofer scored in double figures 18 times and recorded 2 double-doubles. She poured in a season-high 24 points with 6 three-pointers in non-conference play against Northern Illinois. And then in league play, she posted 20 points and 12 rebounds against North Alabama on January 11th, followed by a 22.9 rebound game at Queens in mid-February. Her second double-double came 3 days later at Bellarmine when she totaled 14 points and 11 rebounds, and Freyhofer will need to play big again for the Colonels this season. When you look at the transfer portal and all the new players coming in, she, along with Althea Kara Angeles, will be the 2 main cogs returning for EKU women's basketball. EKU, again, was projected to finish 5th in the coaches poll, receiving 1 first-place vote, and 4th in the media poll, receiving 2 first-place votes. Florida Gulf Coast and EKU were the only programs to earn first-place votes among the 38 total ballots. And the Colonels will travel to Xavier. They traveled to Xavier last night, for the exhibition game. Again, basketball season right around the corner. Everybody's getting ready for it, getting some scrimmages in. So excited to see how men's and women's hoops look this year for EKU. Well, we're still talking football, obviously, but there was last week a new induction, a new class into the 2025 or into the EKU Sports Hall of Fame, the 2025 class going in. We talked to Carl Park, who is all about EKU sports and all about the university. We talked to him this past Monday on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show about this new class that's going in. When we come back, we'll hear from Carl about that new class and what it means for these people to have their name into the EKU Sports Hall of Fame. We'll talk about that and hear from Carl Park when we come back on the EKU Game Day Show.
We would like to invite you to join our family at Bishop's Small Engine Repair.
Outdoor Power has become a family tradition, with 3 generations here bringing you years of experience.
We will help you find the best selection of outdoor power equipment from Co-Cadet, Grasshopper, DeWalt, Makita, Echo, Shindawa, and now still in our Georgetown store.
Or bring your equipment into our service department. We will keep it running for years to come.
And as with all families, we have to keep Mama happy. So come on in and see us at Bishop's Small Engine Repair in Richmond and in Georgetown.
At the Galaxy Bowling Center and Champions Bar and Grill, we have activities galore, including video games, bowling, pool, delicious food at Champions, plus karaoke and live entertainment 7 days a week. Enjoy the climate-controlled patio, watch NFL football, and your Kentucky Wildcats all season long. The Galaxy Bowling Center and Champions Bar and Grill, just off exit 87 at 1025 Amberley Way in Richmond.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
Granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
Cars of Kentucky is a proud sponsor of Eastern Kentucky University Athletics. In Richmond, we bleed maroon. Go Colonels. And when you're ready for your next pre-owned automobile, swing on over to Cars of Kentucky. Cars of Kentucky has vehicles starting at $3,000 and up, so we literally have something for every budget. 356 Big Hill Avenue in Richmond, or check them out, carsofkentucky.com. Let's go Colonels.
We got a new class going into the Hall of Fame, Soufiane Bouchiki. member of the track and cross country team in 2010-2014. Billy Burton, member of the men's basketball team in 1968 to 72. Ernest Dalton was a track and cross country member as well in the late 1950s, early 60s. Leon Hart, member of the football program from 1976 to 1988. Leanna Pitzenbarger, a softball player from 2012 to 2015. John Revere, a player from both football and baseball during his time at EKU. And then Mark Sandy, an administrator of the EKU Director of Athletics from 2005 to 15. And then he came back from 2019 to 2020, along with the team of distinction, the 2004-2005 women's basketball team. And Carl, I know you were excited to kind of put this new class into the EKU Hall of Fame.
So excited. I'll tell you guys a story after we get through. But, it was a labor of love, obviously. I think this, out of the 20 years, this is the 16th one that I've kind of ramrodded. But outstanding class. Sufjan couldn't be there. He lives in Antwerp, Belgium, but he sent a real nice video acceptance. So that was, everybody enjoyed that. Billy Burton, what can I say about Billy? 1972. This is we've been in 8 tournaments, NCAA's.
Yeah.
And his team came the closest to advancing to the next round. We were ahead of Florida State down in Tennessee. We had to go to Tennessee for the regional, and we were up or down 1, and we had a player on the line for 1-1. He missed it. They got the rebound. We fouled them. They beat us by 3, but Florida State went ahead and beat Minnesota, Kentucky, and they went all the way to the finals and played UCLA.
Wow!
Now, I'm not saying we could have done that, but we would have.
You were close.
We were close. That's right.
Yeah, we were 3 points away from making a run ourselves.
Yeah, there we go. That's a good way to put it. But he was the straw that stirred the drink. He was in everything. Defense, very good with assists. We had 2 20-point scorers, George Bryant, Charlie Mitchell. So he didn't really have to score. He just
kind of facilitated it to them.
Facilitated. And so I'm tickled he got in. Ernie Dalton was 1959-63. He competed in 7 events. I can't believe that.
That's incredible.
It is.
And then his coach said, I want you to train for the decathlon. So he did, and he went to the Southeast region and finished 2nd in his first ever decathlon. So he's a really good fella. I'm so tickled. He told me on the field after at halftime that he was hit by a car about a week before, and he didn't know if he could even walk. But he made it down there.
Wow!
But he's about 82. I think.
Okay.
But he a good fella and certainly deserving. I'm going to do Leon and John together. Leon was here during the heyday, the mid-'70s to early '90s. We were all that. I mean, we're really good.
Yeah.
We went to all the playoff appearances, 4 national title games, 1, 2. But Leon was offensive coordinator during those years. And one of our highlights was in 1985, the year we did make it. Our last game was University of Louisville, Howard Schnellenberger.
Beat the Cards.
And it was 40. It's hard to believe. I know people say, what was that score? 45-7 Eastern going in the 4th quarter. Coach Kidd pulled his starters. I don't know if it's a Howard friend thing, but they scored a couple touchdowns. But that was one of the most impressive. We had 2 great tailbacks and a good quarterback. We were good that year. We didn't make it because we didn't win the conference.
8-3, I think, regular season, right? 8-3 regular season,
right.
and finished it off the year by beating Louisville. So kind of a moral victory type thing. I mean, obviously, you beat Louisville, but the fact that we didn't make the postseason was rough. Yeah,
and John was really good baseball and basketball player. You all know baseball. 354 career average batting. That's pretty good.
Yeah, he was fast too.
He was very fast. Yeah. He did the kickoff returns and played wide receiver. And Mark Sandy was here for 10 years, came back for a year, and one of our all-time great administrators. He's just quality fella. His wife came and had all kinds of friends that showed up for the luncheon. So
I think everybody knows Mark Sandy.
Yeah, he's
at one time or another.
Yeah, he's something else. And then our women's team had a good run. They were 15. They almost made it the year before. Got beat in the final game. They made a pact. We're going to do it next year. They did. Went 15-1 the next year. We're 12th seed. I don't know if any men or women's been that high. And we had to go to Fresno, California for the tournament. Played Arizona State, and of course, they beat us by about 10 or 12. But it was an outstanding year, and we had about, I think, 8 of those girls that came back. So it was a very good event, and just quality people.
And you look at the Hall of Fame, I mean, there's some legends in there. And, you know, when you talk about our sports programs now, it's so hard to do this and consistently win in the day and age of college athletics. And just with the transfer portal and the NIL, you know, and this one thing that we talk about on the Game Day show a lot, it's so hard to build these programs back up because as soon as you get a good quarterback or a good wide receiver or a good defensive player, someone's trying to come pluck them away. Yeah. And we understand that that's just the day and age that we're in.
And coaches too.
Oh,
if you have a really good season,
yeah.
there's more people coming after that coach to have them move up a division.
Yeah, so it's so hard to get back to where we once were, but it's also moments like this and days like this when you get a chance to look back and reminisce and remember,
and celebrate.
Man, we had some legendary players and some legendary teams. And for you all, I mean, to kind of see them all come together is really cool as well.
A.W. Hamilton brought 2 of his current players. He said, I want them to come and see what, if they stay 4 years.
Yeah, what they can do.
You know, maybe they would be a Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And I think it really impressed. When you see all these, hear the speeches, you got to be impressed. Yeah. So I thought that was a good move.
I think that's so super smart.
Yeah.
Well, AW's he's a mastermind.
Yeah. He really,
him and Walt both. And, I mean,
They're
you look at what
good.
Coach Todd does. They're salesmen, and you've got to be a salesman nowadays, and you've got to just continue to build these programs up, and not only sell these future players. But now, again, you've got to sell your current players as well and try to get them to stick around. Carl, always a pleasure talking to you. Before we let you go, real quick, where can folks go to get more information about the EKU Sports Hall of Fame?
You can go to our website, ekusports.com, and click on Fans, and there's an icon there where you can go to the Hall of Fame and get all the bios and pictures and all that. We just uploaded the pictures from Saturday, so the ones from this past week ought to be up there ready to go.
Have you heard about JB's Grow Shop? They're one of the most unique businesses in Richmond. If you're a farmer or gardener, then you and JB's Grow Shop will make a great team. They provide the highest quality organic soils, nutrients, castings, and much more to meet your indoor and outdoor growing needs. Their experts will meet with you and make sure that you are getting the most out of your homegrown plants. JB's Grow Shop is located in the Southern Hills Plaza Shopping Center at 956 Commercial Drive in Richmond. When life throws you a curveball, Richmond City Taxi is just a call away. Fast, friendly, and always dependable. Just had an eye appointment? Don't risk driving home. Let Richmond City Taxi get you there safely. We're your neighbor on the go. Wherever you are, we'll be there. Richmond City Taxi. Local, reliable, trusted. Call Richmond City Taxi at 859-779-4461. In the event of an accident, please contact Shane Blankenship and Brandon Witt at Berea Collision, where you will receive exceptional quality and competitive pricing. Located behind Near New Auto at 110 Fairground Road in Berea, they are dedicated to serving their local community with top-notch repairs and unparalleled customer service. Berea Collision also services RVs, buses, and campers. Call them today at 859-985-2583 to experience the Berea Collision difference. Berea Collision Center, where precision meets perfection.
When it comes to auto service, 2 things are important: experience and hometown service. Hall & Sons Auto Care is starting their 20th year in business in Richmond. That's 20 years locally owned and operated. Hall & Sons Auto Care can take care of you from preventative maintenance to major engine repair. Hall & Sons Auto Care is also carrying BW towing products as well as rough country suspension and lift kits. Give us a chance to be your auto repair shop. Visit us at 209 North Keeneland Drive in Richmond.
Founded by Kentuckians for Kentuckians, Whitaker Bank is a uniquely Kentucky bank committed to the communities it serves. At Whitaker Bank, you'll find personalized service, a dedication to excellence, and a genuine desire to help you achieve your financial goals. Visit us at any of our conveniently located branches or go to whitakerbank.com to learn how Whitaker Bank can serve you. Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky.
Are you ready for some EKU football? Man, the Colonels, back-to-back wins over Nicholls State and Austin Peay. Both of those games at home. 10 straight home wins now. And we're back on the road where we haven't won this year. Losses to Louisville, Marshall, and also a loss to West Georgia in conference play. So the Colonels trying to take that recipe for a masterpiece at home and take it on the road to get a victory today with a 10.5-point favorite over North Alabama and a line of 55.5 points. So a lot of points expected to be put up between EKU and UNA. Coming off a 34-20 ranked home win last Saturday against then number 15 Austin Peay, the Colonels are heading south to face the Lions of North Alabama today in another conference matchup. You can watch the game on ESPN Plus with the crew from North Alabama, or you can also check out the local broadcast with the guys as we try to get this big victory on the road for EKU football. Saturday will be the fourth meeting all time between the conference foes, with EKU winning each of the previous 3 meetings. The Colonels will travel after scoring 17 unanswered points in the second half last Saturday in that victory over Austin Peay. And again, we broke it down where Vito Tisdale had the pick 6. Mitchell III, had that 100-yard kickoff return, and the 2 big rushing scores in the game as well. And not to mention the great play from Fabiano as well, the kicker. Really impressed with that 51-yard career high for him. The Lions are back at home for the second straight week after falling to Central Arkansas 49-21. And today is homecoming for UNA, where it will be homecoming for EKU as well next weekend. And we'll see how the Colonels respond in a big, raucous environment for UNA on the road. The defense of EKU continues to shine this season as they are tied for the most defensive touchdowns in the FCS this season with 4 following that pick 6 from Vito Tisdale Jr. last week. He leads the Colonels defense and is tied for first in the nation with 4 interceptions on the year, 2 of which were returned for touchdowns. On the season, EKU has a positive average turnover margin of 1.17 per game, the 9th best in the FCS. And offensively, sophomore running back Brady Hensley has broken out over the last 2 games at home with 238 yards on 22 carries, averaging 10.8 yards per carry, including 2 long touchdowns of 68 yards versus Nichols and 72 yards versus Austin Peay last weekend. Now, if you're a fan of WBON-TV, you have seen Brady do this a lot on our coverage. For multiple years as the running back at Madison Central High School during his freshman, sophomore, and junior seasons, Hensley was electric, was a dominant player in Class 6A for the Indians before finishing his high school career at Lexington Christian Academy, taking handoffs from the current quarterback at Kentucky, Coder Bowling. Hensley, again, breaking off a long run was something that we were used to from him, and now he has already eclipsed the single-game rushing number that his dad had a career high of in 1984, but still a long way to go to catch his dad's season total. We'll see if Brady can maybe do that as the season continues. As for the Lions of UNA, 1-5 on the season, 0-2 in conference play in the UAC. They will look to get things going with homecoming, still seeking its first win against a Division I opponent on the year, which is why Eastern on the road, a 10.5-point favorite. All time, the Lions are 53-21-1 when playing in homecoming games, including a 47-34 upset of then number 10 Abilene Christian last season, the program's first ever win over a ranked FCS opponent. Their running back, Javion Allen, is the team's primary back with 373 yards on 65 carries this year, including 4 rushing touchdowns. But that Colonel defense, man, with the way they've been playing the last couple of weeks at home especially, I think they'll be able to hold him to a rather marginal game and go on the victory or go on the road to get this victory today. On special teams, Adam Watford is the punter. He leads the conference and is 8th in the nation, averaging 46.8 yards per punt, and he has had a lot of opportunities to do so. It's EKU and UNA today. The kickoff again is set for 7 p.m. Eastern time. It's 6 p.m. their time over in North Alabama. So the Colonels ready to go on the road. We'll close the show out and give you a little bit of a prediction when we come back. It's EKU and UNA coming up later on this evening, but we'll wrap up the tailgate show and the EKU Game Day show when we come back on WBON-TV.
We would like to invite you to join our family at Bishop's Small Engine Repair.
Outdoor Power has become a family tradition, with 3 generations here bringing you years of experience.
We will help you find the best selection of outdoor power equipment from Co-Cadet, Grasshopper, DeWalt, Makita, Echo, Shindawa, and now still in our Georgetown store.
Or bring your equipment into our service department. We will keep it running for years to come.
And as with all families, we have to keep Mama happy. So come on in and see us at Bishop's Small Engine Repair in Richmond and in Georgetown.
At the Galaxy Bowling Center and Champions Bar and Grill, we have activities galore, including video games, bowling, pool, delicious food at Champions, plus karaoke and live entertainment 7 days a week. Enjoy the climate-controlled patio, watch NFL football, and your Kentucky Wildcats all season long. The Galaxy Bowling Center and Champions Bar and Grill, just off exit 87 at 1025 Amberley Way in Richmond.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
Granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
Cars of Kentucky is a proud sponsor of Eastern Kentucky University Athletics. In Richmond, we bleed maroon. Go Colonels. And when you're ready for your next pre-owned automobile, swing on over to Cars of Kentucky. Cars of Kentucky has vehicles starting at $3,000 and up, so we literally have something for every budget. 356 Big Hill Avenue in Richmond, or check them out, carsofkentucky.com. Let's go Colonels.
Yeah, so we do the parade on Friday evening. It starts at 6 p.m. It does the traditional parade route in Richmond, which is, of course, down Lancaster Avenue and then, of course, down Main Street to follow. And that was moved to Friday night, 5 or 6 or 7 years back now. And the goal there was to free up space on Saturday morning for more tailgate opportunity for our fans, because the biggest component of homecoming is the tailgate that happens pre-game. There are so many alums that are back in town, and they come back to hang out with their friends, their affinity groups. So whether they were in a Greek organization or the honors program or they were in ROTC, whatever that might be, they want to get together with that group and tailgate in the morning. So we carved out space on Saturday morning by moving the parade to Friday evening. And so that's kind of the kickoff. That's as much town and gown event that can exist in Richmond. We want as many Richmond people there as there are obviously EKU alums and parts of the EKU family. Of course, it's incredibly kid-friendly, and so it's pretty great. And then that rolls directly into the block party, which is a more recent addition to the homecoming calendar. One of the things that I desire to be a great staple of homecoming. It's a lot of fun. We shut down Water Street. We have live music this year. Faded Blue will be the live band that plays out on the Pally's patio. And then we have lots of food truck vendors, but of course local partners, Chenault and Dreaming Creek will be there as well. And because it's in the district, the Millstone district, folks are allowed to, have adult beverages and all their food and everything else, listen to the live music and kind of hang out down in that area. We strategically love that it's also near Apollo Pizza, and then of course Blue Stallion and Hollerburger, all that's now kind of tied in that same vicinity. And so it's worked out well that we can engage our community partners really, really well. And, hopefully see 500-600 people down there like we've kind of had in the past and enjoy kind of a nice live show as well. So.
Looking forward to seeing everybody next week. If you're watching this show, be sure to stop by next weekend. It's EKU again taking on Tarleton State, the number 5 ranked team in the country. We need all of Maroon Nation at home to help support the Colonels next weekend. So get out. Wear your maroon, and let's try to pull off a huge victory on homecoming day. Today, the Colonels, a 10.5-point favorite, and a over-under of 55.5 points. I think the Colonels win easy. I'm going 34-21 over UNA today, and we'll see if that prediction is something that will come to fruition. I think the Colonels get the victory and come back with a lot of momentum against Tarleton State next weekend. We'll see you there, folks. Thanks for hanging out with us. Special thanks to Gage Hill, our producer. I'm Michael Watkins. Howard Miller will join me back on the show next week, and we look forward to seeing you there on the EKU Game Day Show on WBON-TV.
Have you heard about JB's Grow Shop? They are one of the most unique businesses in Richmond. If you're a farmer or gardener, then you and JB's Grow Shop will make a great team. They provide the highest quality organic soils, nutrients, castings, and much more to meet your indoor and outdoor growing needs. Their experts will meet with you and make sure that you are getting the most out of your homegrown plants. JB's Grow Shop is located in the Southern Hills Plaza Shopping Center at 956 Commercial Drive in Richmond. When life throws you a curveball, Richmond City Taxi is just a call away. Fast, friendly, and always dependable. Just had an eye appointment? Don't risk driving home. Let Richmond City Taxi get you there safely. We're your neighbor on the go. Wherever you are, we'll be there. Richmond City Taxi. Local, reliable, trusted. Call Richmond City Taxi at 859-779-4461. In the event of an accident, please contact Shane Blankenship and Brandon Witt at Berea Collision, where you will receive exceptional quality and competitive pricing. Located behind Near New Auto at 110 Fairground Road in Berea, they are dedicated to serving their local community with top-notch repairs and unparalleled customer service. Berea Collision also services RVs, buses, and campers. Call them today at 859-985-2583 to experience the Berea Collision difference. Berea Collision Center, where precision meets perfection.
When it comes to auto service, two things are important: experience and hometown service. Hall & Sons Auto Care is starting their 20th year in business in Richmond. That's 20 years locally owned and operated. Hall & Sons Auto Care can take care of you from preventative maintenance to major engine repair. Hall & Sons Auto Care is also carrying BW towing products as well as rough country suspension and lift kits. Give us a chance to be your auto repair shop. Visit us at 209 North Keeneland Drive in Richmond.
Whitaker Bank in Madison County is your local bank for convenience. With more branches than literally any other bank in Madison County, why go anywhere else? Whitaker Bank is known for their friendly customer service and easy access drive-thrus. Whitaker Bank, your home for local, friendly, family banking. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.